YouTube, Robert here. I look a little gross. I was out of work all last week because I was sick. I'm finally feeling better, not 100%, but I'm getting there. So I know it's been a while since I've done a video, so I apologize. I went on vacation and I was supposed to go out of town, but I didn't go out of town, and yada yada yada, all this stuff, right? And then I got sick and whatever. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna try to go quickly because I don't like super long videos. Let's look at what I bought. As always, I'm gonna do, well, not always, but as like with last video, I'm gonna do my sewing stuff at the end, so that way if you're only here for cross stitch, you can watch and then leave. So I'm gonna show what I bought since we last got together. We'll do the big package first. On Facebook, Rita, this lady named Rita, I'll try to remember to link her Facebook page, but she sells all sorts of things for cross stitch and stuff. But I bought a yard of 16 count Aida in dark gray, a yard of 18 count antique white Aida, and a yard of 18 count beige. I've previously bought 3 yards of, I don't know what color it is, but it's like a yellowy white kind of color. Anyway, so this is the dark gray. I think on my camera it's kind of looking more white. I don't know, but there's that. To me it looks more like a light gray. Maybe it's dove gray. I don't know. It just says D gray because I asked her if she had anything in gray. So I bought a yard of that. Now she's got I think it's 16 or 16. I think it's 60-inch bolts for some of these things. So, you know, a yard is 36 inches. So it's 36 inches by 60. So I mean it's a pretty substantial, huge piece that I can cut a whole bunch. And she's really, really, really reasonable. I think I paid $6 each yard. Plus of course whatever the shipping was. So there's dark gray. Here's antique white. And then here's beige. Here's the beige. And then she just threw in some of these like remnant pieces, which I thought was cool. So there's a blue one, a pink, like a light pink, and then a dark blue, like remnant. So that was really cool, so thank you. Did I need all this fabric? No, but it's certainly cheaper than buying at like Joann's or something, and you know, let's face it, I'm an Aida guy, so there we go. Aida, all the way. So there's that. Then I bought the Just Cross Stitch 2018 Collector's Halloween Edition. So there's that. You know, do I need it? No, but I love Halloween, and I really like this front cover picture. It's like a double-decker bus, and it says 666, has all the ghosts and the ghouls and the zombies and mummies and Dracula and a witch. I just think that that's really, really, really cute. So I want to stitch that. There's several things that I want to stitch. that I think are really cool in here. Anyway, so there's that. So I bought that. Then I bought this Stoney Creek Woodland Babies book number 455. I don't even know where I bought it. Oh, Amazon. I got it on Amazon. So I bought that book, and then I also bought this one from Amazon. It's The Winter in the Village, book 418 by Stoney Creek. I just thought that that was really cool. So they show, you know, the row of houses, but then they also show that you can stitch them all independently of each other. So I like that. That was cool. Not stitching related that I bought. Of course, as you can see here, I've got a love of bags. So I've got, you know, a vintage Fendi all the way in the back there. So this brown one is a vintage Fendi from the 80s. Got a bunch of Coaches, Dooney and Burke's, Juicy Couture wallets and pouches, and then this is a Rebecca Minkoff that I never showed. I think I pointed it out in one of the videos. But this is a Rebecca Minkoff. I don't remember the name of it, but originally retailed for a couple $100. This color's no longer available as far as I could tell. And I don't know if I kept the tag in here. No. Came with a strap, shoulder strap. I just rolled it up and put it on the inside of the bag. I got it at the thrift store, I want to say like $5 or $6, something like that. I thought it was super cute. I cleaned it up, washed it a little bit, and put it there, and then I forgot to tell you guys about it, so there's that. More recently, I bought this. It's a Coach wristlet. Got it at the same thrift store. I think I left the tag. Yeah, I left the tag in here. Got it for $1.99. There was nothing wrong with this. There was a little bit of staining on the outer fabric, but nothing major. I just cleaned it up, used some stain remover, light stain remover, not anything too crazy, and then dried it, and looks just brand new. The inside had no staining at all, but absolutely perfect. Blue's my favorite color, so I was happy to find that. I'm running out of room on my shelf. There we go. So there's that. I don't have any room to put this. This was a gift from one of my friends back, I think I talked to you guys about it, back a couple years ago, more than a couple years ago. She didn't want it anymore. She gave it to me, asked that I not resell it, and I told her I wouldn't because I loved collecting. So there's that. It says Dooney and Burke. I've got the key fob hanging out with some charms that say love and then a heart. Obviously there's no room on that shelf to put the bag there, so I need to figure something else out over there because I've got a bunch of bears, as you can see. Anyway, I digress. There's that. So that's all that I purchased. Well, I mean, I purchased more, obviously. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've seen some of my quilting projects and whatever, but I'm not showing all fabrics and stuff that I bought. So next we'll get into cross-stitch finishes. So I had a couple of finishes. I think I had started this in my last video. Pretty sure I did. But this is the Tree Lot Country Cottage Needleworks, and I got it all finished. I did not do any of the Kreinik on the snow. I decided I couldn't be bothered. I liked it. You can see it just enough in person. So there's that. That's finished. I need to I've already washed it, but I need to press it so I can get the hoop mark out. And then I finished this one. This was from my cross-stitch heart home something, the book from Jane Schofield. And none of the call for colors, all Victorian model sampler, except for this like teal kind of aqua color or whatever. That was a DMC. I don't remember the number, but the rest of the colors were all Victorian motto samplers. So I love that. That's a favorite piece. This one's not been washed, but I need to iron it. I'm afraid to wash it because I don't want the colors of the floss to run or anything like that. So there's that. I even have a couple of new starts, but I'll get to those here later. This one it's my 6 Wives of Henry VIII. You can kind of see them. Catherine Howard is a little obscured, but there's all of them. Working on the last one now. And then on the top it says the 6 Wives of Henry VIII. So there's that. That one I'm pretty close to a finish. I'm doing it on all the called for colors of DMC. It was an Etsy purchase, an Etsy pattern. So there's that. Then I actually pulled out one of my previously UFO'd pieces, and I don't think I got the picture. No, I don't have the picture. It's my stocking, a dimensions kit from 1986 is the copyright year. It's number 8336 heirloom stocking. My grandmother had stitched it for me, and then due to my parents getting divorced and moving and whatever, it got lost because of certain people in my life. A certain person, I'm not going to say people, but a certain person in my life. So there's that. I know previously I said that I didn't do anything, or that I decided to UFO it because of the memories. Well, I pulled it out. I did a little bit more. Oh, I just realized you can't see it because I've got the black floss just sitting there. Anyway, let's try that again. There we go. So I decided to pull it out and do it again. The piece you can't really see that well is the drum. I got the drum finished and outlined. The bear's finished. I just need to outline it, but I didn't want to outline all of the bear because there's other stitches and things. Those green stitches are taking forever. I started doing this on a even weave. I didn't want to use the Ada that came in the kit, and now I'm wishing I had done it on Ada because it would have been so much easier and I could have mapped out my stitches. Then again, there's always time. I can always restart if I feel like I need to, or whatever. Anyway, so I'm not too bothered by it. Next is my nephew's stocking, which will look like this. I did a little bit more on it, not too much more, but you can actually start seeing the reindeer's face kind of taking shape. So there's that. Thank you, Aren, Maryland's boy here on YouTube, for making this grind guard. I love it. It works perfectly for that hoop, or that deal. Q-snap. Couldn't think of it. Then I pulled this gal out. It's quite difficult to stitch because of all the confetti, but I find that if I get a few stitches, then I feel good about it. But this is my Elizabeth as a princess. Elizabeth I. I think I bought that pattern on Etsy as well. A lot of my patterns I get on Etsy. I don't think I did any more on my Woodland sampler. I need to, but whatever. I did just a little bit more. It's gonna be hard to see, but we'll do the best we can. So I did a little bit more on my night flight from the Prairie Schooler. I got this side of the fences done, got the 31 done in the corner, and started doing these fences. Got the second house completed. I think there's 3. Yeah, there's another, at least half a house or whatever over here. So there's that. It's not too far from a finish, but I still have quite a bit to do on it. So there's that. This one, I know I haven't done anything more. I'll pull it out and show you. It's my Gothic crypt from Etsy. So there's that. Didn't do anything more on it. Had a couple of new starts. Both of these are from, well, no. One is from Cross Stitch Crazy. I downloaded the app, and I forget what issue number or whatever it is, but I'm sure you've seen it. It's the Strike a Balance, so it kind of looks like a yin-yang. Just barely started doing the outline. I didn't even grid the whole thing. This is on that gray fabric. I decided to use some of the gray Ada. Last but not least for cross stitch is another start, and it is from the Primitive Hare. Primitive Hare, it's Early Witches Halloween Mystery Sal. This was their Mystery Sal for 2014-2015, I believe. Or at least that's what it's dated on the front of this. I really thought it was quite awesome looking. So there's that. And not a huge start, but it's enough to see a little bit of progress. This is on, I think, some of that gray as well. I got the 16 done, and then I'm working on the wing of the center top motif. Right below this it says Early Witches, and then it has the witches. So there's that. This is a lot of fun. I really like it. So there's that. That's it. That's all I got for my cross stitch. So if you're only here to see cross stitch, thank you for joining. If you're new, thank you. If you are returning, thank you as well. If you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Give the video a thumbs up. It helps me out quite a bit. And we're going to continue onward to my quilting and sewing projects. So if you like that kind of thing, just stick around and I'll show you those. So first off, I've been practicing quite a bit putting in zippers. I don't know if I showed this or not, but putting in zippers, and I've gotten really good at doing the top zippers. Now, when it comes to boxed corners, however, this one doesn't have any stabilizer, so it's quite squishy. But trying to make these like notions bags and doing the box corners is a challenge for me. So there's that one. Then I made this one out of a faux crocodile leather. Again, the box corners was a challenge. That one looks really good. Then you get over to this one and it looks a little blah, right? But the zipper placement and sewing is perfect, right? Or I think it's perfect anyway. There's the inside fabric. It's completely completed, so all raw edges are encased. So there's that. Now, on the bag theme, I've made several project bags. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen this. It's my DC superheroes. So it's got Wonder Woman, Batman, Aquaman, The Flash, Green Lantern, and Superman. So there's that. I really like it. It's really pretty. It's quite big. The zipper is on point. Now, with this bag, I don't know if you can see it. Here, we'll fold that out of the way. I decided to experiment and put quilting on the interior. So the interior is sewn to the stabilizer and quilted. So I really like that, the effect that it gave. And then I also had upgraded my machine, which I hadn't told you guys, but I upgraded my machine. Not to the machine that I want, but things come in time. But the machine I have has a couple of alphabets, so I stitched a tag that says made by RFF 2018. So I stuck that on the inside of the Flash, or the DC superheroes. So there's that. I really like it. So it's DC superheroes on both sides, and then both sides of the interior are quilted. Then I did this one. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. It's Jack Skellington and Sally. On the outside and the inside. So the outside is a cotton. Both of those are cotton. The outside on this one is a cotton. The inside is a snuggle flannel in a gray, kind of misty, marbly texture. No tag saying who it was made by, because by that point I didn't have a machine that could do it, I don't think. Then, of course, there's my pinup zombies, which I'm using. I made one for me because I really liked it. So I'm using one. And so here's another one. And the interior of this one, and mine, is bats. So there's that. I do have more fabric to make more, so if you're interested, please let me know on any of these if you want to buy them. They are for sale on my Etsy shop, but if you send me an email, link in the description to my email address, or Instagram, you can message me, then I can let you know. So there's that. And here's another Jack Skellington, so I made 2 of those right off the bat because I really love the fabric. Then I made a donuts one, which has donuts on both sides. The outside is flannel, and the inside is flannel. And the inside is really cute. It's a polka dot colorful. I really like it. So there's that. And then there's this one. This one is a little kind of cute. The bees called my name. I saw them like a mile away in the store. So there's that. It's a flannel. This one I did not put stabilizer in, so it's very slouchy. This one has stabilizer, so you know, yes, it's slouchy and it does wrinkle, but it's not as slouchy as this one. And then the interior is also flannel, and it's a gingham print, yellow and white. But I thought that was so cute, the bumblebees. Anyway, so there's those. Those are my project bags. All of them are for sale, so just let me know. Forgot I brought this back here. It's Wonder Woman in red. I'm gonna make a project bag out of. It was on top of my quilts that I forgot. Then I guess we'll do size order on my quilts. So I've made a couple of quilts. This one is a century quilt. So it's got buttons and zippers and elastic and things on it. And it's simply just quilted in boxes. I don't know if you can see that. But basically the rows are sewn together and then sewn that way. And then once that's done, just stitch in the ditch to outline each of the boxes. And then I bound it in the same light pink and then sewed a heart, double heart motif. So there's that. So that's a century quilt. Perfect for somebody with Alzheimer's, dementia. I mean, it's got like Velcro, has buttons, elastic, zippers like here in the center, felt buttons, and elastic, so kind of adds a little bit of interest. So there's that. It's good for people with Alzheimer's, dementia, people with autism or other sensory disabilities. Then I'm going to save this one because this one's my favorite. I was going to do size order, but that one's my favorite. Then I quilted this. It's done. Completed. I can't hold up the whole thing because it's just too massive. If I fold it like this, I can show you most of it. So it's echo quilted right here, quilted along here, and all of that. Then the borders are just echo quilted in the center here, and that's that. I put my tag. The backing fabric is a light blue. There is some puckering like right here, but this was my first ever quilt that I ever, like, quilt. I made the one for my nephew that you guys saw. That one was my first ever, like, massive quilt. I think it's, I don't know, 85 or 90 by 85 or 90, whatever. It's a square. Then this one is my love. I can't show the whole thing in frame, but there's that. It's beautiful. Kind of makes a diamond pattern. If you follow me on Instagram, I got a picture up there. But I just quilted a bunch of lines in the lighter part of the fabric, stitched in the ditch to outline each of the rows here, and stitched, I think, in the ditch all along the perimeter, bound it, and the, let's see if I can show it. The backing fabric is a blue and green octagon kind of honeycomb kind of thing. I love it. It was pretty. Again, some puckering, but this was my second ever like huge quilt, so I don't mind. But this one is my favorite by far. So there's that. It was done with batik fabric, which is really cool. This was the first time I ever worked with batiks, and I absolutely love it. If you want one similar to this, just let me know, and I can make it for you. The price is pretty steep, but, well, I think it's pretty steep, but it's well worth it. For a quilt this size, which is like a larger lap quilt, I would say. I mean, it could even be a twin size. I haven't like measured this quilt out. I just know like my queen size bed, this is not wide enough. But I made this more as a lap kind of quilt. But for something like this, with all the, you know, quilting like right here and stuff, and then the price of the batiks on this one were not cheap. I would charge $150 for that one. Anyway, that's it. So thank you. So if you've stuck around this long, thank you so much. If you're new here, again, consider subscribing. Also, consider giving this video a thumbs up. It helps me very, very much. If you're a returning subscriber, returning viewer, thank you for returning. And I will see you all in the next one. Thank you. Bye.